When it comes to designing a summer garden with depth and drama, height makes all the difference. While low and mid-sized plants fill out your borders, it's the tall perennials that give your landscape structure, rhythm, and that undeniable wow factor. These vertical beauties rise above the rest, drawing the eye, anchoring your design, and often serving as natural backdrops or privacy screens. In this video, we'll show you 7 of the best tall perennials that can anchor your summer borders with elegance and strength. They're not only stunning, they're also hardy, long-blooming, and perfect for adding instant impact to your garden. Let's dive in and meet the stars that rise above the rest. Leading off the list is Pyweed, a bold native perennial that brings height, softness, and wildlife appeal to your summer garden. With its tall, sturdy stems and dome-like clusters of mauve-pink flowers, this plant easily reaches 5 to 7 feet and commands attention without overwhelming the space. Blooming from midsummer through early fall, it draws in butterflies, bees, and even hummingbirds, turning the back of your border into a pollinator paradise. It prefers full sun to part shade and thrives in moist, fertile soil, though it's surprisingly tolerant of clay or dry spells once established. Hardy in zones 4 to 9, Pyweed is ideal for naturalistic plantings, rain gardens, or any spot that needs a vertical lift. Despite its size, it stays neat and upright, requiring little support and even less maintenance. In design terms, it's a perfect companion for ornamental grasses, Rudbeckia or Echinacea. The soft pink tones and upright form create rhythm and contrast when mixed into layered borders, while its airy flower heads add motion to the scene with every breeze. Leave the dried seed heads standing through winter. They offer food for birds and striking skeletal beauty in frosty weather. Pyweed is more than a tall plant. It's a dynamic anchor that gives your summer garden depth, life, and natural balance. Second on the list is Delphinium, the showstopper of early summer borders with its towering spires of brilliant blue, violet, or white flowers. These stately blooms can shoot up to 6 feet tall, instantly bringing elegance and height to garden compositions. Each flower spike is densely packed with intricate, lacy blossoms that rise above lower-growing companions, giving a grand, vertical lift to traditional borders or cottage-style beds. Delphiniums thrive in full sun and cool climates, preferring rich, well-drained soil and a bit of afternoon shade in hotter regions. They're hardy in zones 3 to 7 and benefit from staking or support, especially during stormy weather. Regular feeding and consistent moisture will keep them healthy and upright through their blooming season, which typically peaks in early summer. They pair beautifully with old-fashioned favorites like peonies, foxgloves, or lady's mantle, adding classic charm and vertical definition. Delphiniums are best used as dramatic punctuation marks within structured borders or as background plants for layered beds with soft, mounding perennials in front. After the first flush, cutting them back can encourage a second round of flowers in late summer. While a bit more high maintenance than others on this list, the payoff in presence and beauty makes Delphinium a worthy highlight in any tall perennial collection. Third on the list is Blazing Star, a prairie native known for its feathery purple spikes that bloom from the top down. Reaching heights of 2 to 4 feet, this plant adds strong vertical accents and unique texture to any summer border. The flower stalks rise above grassy foliage like fireworks, bringing structure and soft motion all in one. Blazing Star thrives in full sun and well-drained soil and is highly tolerant of drought once established. Hardy in zones 3 to 9, it's a top pick for xeriscapes, pollinator gardens, or any sunny spot where you want bold color with minimal effort. Its neat, upright form makes it easy to tuck into crowded beds or along pathways without overwhelming nearby plants. It pairs beautifully with Rudbeckia, Echinacea, or ornamental grasses, offering contrast in shape and flower structure. As a bonus, the flower heads dry attractively and provide long-lasting visual interest into fall. Low maintenance, striking, and wildlife-friendly, Blazing Star checks all the boxes for tall summer interest. Next on the list is Verbina Banarianis, the airy wonder that adds vertical lift without visual bulk. Its slender, branching stems rise 3 to 5 feet high, topped with clusters of small lavender-purple flowers that seem to float like bubbles in the breeze. Light and delicate in form, this plant brings rhythm, texture, and an ethereal quality to summer borders. It thrives in full sun and lean, well-drained soil, and while technically hardy in zones 7 to 11, it often self-seeds reliably in colder areas. Once established, it's drought-tolerant and requires little care, making it an easy way to create height and movement in mixed borders. Use it between denser perennials like salvia, rudbeckia, or coneflowers, where it weaves through gaps without crowding. Its see-through quality means it works even in the front half of borders, adding drama without blocking the view. Let some blooms go to seed. You'll likely see it return next season in just the right places. Verbina Banariensis is both informal and architectural, a rare mix that suits almost any garden style. Fifth on the list is Baptisia, also known as false indigo, a native perennial that provides structure, bloom, and long-lasting foliage. In spring, its upright stems carry soft blue pea-like flowers, followed by decorative seed pods that rattle in the wind. Even after flowering ends, Baptisia's full, shrub-like form keeps the garden looking lush and anchored. It thrives in full sun and well-drained soil and is extremely drought-tolerant once established. Hardy in zones 3 to 9, it needs little to no attention and is rarely bothered by pests or disease. This plant prefers to be left undisturbed and can live for decades in the right spot. Use Baptisia as a natural foundation shrub in perennial borders where it holds its shape from spring through fall. It pairs well with ornamental grasses, coneflowers, or black-eyed Susans for a prairie-inspired look that feels balanced and full. Because of its strong shape and seasonal presence, Baptisia acts as a garden stabilizer. Beautiful, tough, and dependable. Once you plant it, it quietly takes care of itself and always delivers. Next up is globe thistle, a plant that turns heads with its spherical, steel blue flower heads and silvery stems. Reaching up to 4 feet tall, it brings strong geometry and bold texture to sunny borders, acting almost like sculpture in the garden. Its blooms appear in midsummer and last well into fall, both on the plant and as dried flowers. This perennial thrives in full sun and poor, dry soil, making it a top pick for drought-prone areas. Hardy in zones 3 to 9, it's incredibly low maintenance and practically immune to pests, deer, and rabbits. It shines when paired with soft-leaved or finely textured plants like Russian sage, yarrow, or lamb's ear. Globe thistle adds contrast, depth, and repetition when placed in drifts across the back of a border. Leave the seed heads through winter. They offer structural interest and feed birds. With almost zero care, this plant brings season-long style and resilience to any sunny spot. Wrapping up the list is foxglove, a woodland edge classic that brings a vertical fairy tale quality to garden beds. Its tall spires of tubular blooms appear in soft shades of pink, purple, white, or apricot and are beloved by pollinators, especially bees. At 3 to 5 feet tall, it offers strong vertical accents without the visual weight of a shrub. Foxglove prefers part shade and moist, well-drained soil and is hardy in zones 4 to 9. Although often biennial, it self-seeds freely and can form a long-lasting presence in the garden with minimal effort. Use it under trees, along fences, or between medium perennials and ferns for a romantic layered look. Its upright form makes it a natural choice for vertical framing in narrow borders or shady paths. Note: foxglove is toxic if ingested, so take care if you have pets or children. Still, its beauty, versatility, and gentle elegance make it a standout for anchoring part shade borders with charm and height. Tall perennials aren't just about height. They're about balance, rhythm, and giving your garden that sense of vertical presence that ties everything together. Whether you love the romantic spires of foxglove and delphinium, the naturalistic sway of verbena and meadow rue, or the bold shapes of blazing star and globe thistle, there's a perfect tall anchor for every garden style. Which of these perennials caught your eye the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Plant, Do, Home, and Garden for more smart, seasonal garden ideas all year round. Thanks for watching and happy planting!